Hello there and welcome back to a new video. On this one we are looking at how Hcmc has been moving today because we are looking at quite a lot of volatility, but ultimately today the stock is down. The question is, what should you do? Should you avoid it or should you still buy more? Well, of course I am not a financial advisor, you already know this, but in this episode I'm giving my personal opinions. If you might want to hear that, and if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe because of course we talk about Hcmc every single day alongside a lot of other stocks. Of course, it would be appreciated if you could subscribe. On top of that, if you want to come talk to us on Discord, link is free and it is down in the description. And if you would like to donate to the channel, you can do that by pressing the join button, which is located next to the subscribe button. Now that I have said that though, let's jump into this episode looking at how Hcmc has been moving today. Right then, so unfortunately, once again, we are in the red with Hcmc. If we can look at this one, around 9:31 AM, at that point, the stock was actually down quite significantly. You can see quite a big sell-off. Obviously, around 9:30, we started off around 0.002 cent, and of course, we sold off all the way to the lows of the day of 0.0012, so of course, it is quite a decrease we can see. And of course, ever since then, yes, we have moved ever so slightly to the downside, but overall, we are actually pretty flat for the rest of the day. So of course, a lot of things to take from that. We are seeing another day in the red. This does come after a month where Hcmc has seen quite a lot of volatility, obviously rocketed in price in the past 30 days before coming down gradually over a longer period. And the question right now is, should you buy it or should you avoid it? Well, of course, if you want to see why Hcmc may do well, I did talk about this in a bit more detail in last night's episode, so make sure to give that one a watch. But in this one, we talk about specifically what might happen in the next few days. Well, obviously, yesterday we actually did see quite a lot of volatility once again, and for the first time in a while, Hcmc shares went up. Now, my personal reasoning for this one is because when we look at Hcmc already, there is a lot of interest in this stock, as we know, so of course a lot of people are looking to get into it or already are in it and do want to hold it for the long term. Now, of course, these people have been seeing Hcmc drop for the past few days or weeks. I think subsequently, once we hit this point around here, obviously at this low of 0.001, I think a lot of people saw this as an opportunity to buy the dip and see the stock as low as it possibly could be. And subsequently, because of those people, in my opinion, the stock price did start to come back up. And I think this was one of the main contributing factors to seeing the share price increase in the later part of yesterday's session. So, of course, that's not a bad thing, to be honest. I think this stock wasn't going to go much lower than that point. I think a lot of people were using that opportunity to buy more shares, and that is why I personally do believe that we have seen a big increase in price. Now, of course, on top of that, a lot of people did sell off today. Again, that was to be expected. A lot of the market is down for a start, but of course, specifically with the Hcmc situation, we have two things. People who bought in yesterday, perhaps using this for a quick trade, would of course probably taken quite decent profits. And on top of that, there are people from this point here, around this level here, dare I say, on the 1st of March, people who weren't necessarily 100% confident in the stock and use this as an opportunity to escape the stock as well. So of course, either way, I am not personally too concerned. We already know that Hcmc is a risky investment and it carries a lot of risk with it going forwards. It does have a lot of potential to go up, but of course it could come down just as quickly as it rises, and I think that is the main thing that we need to remember when looking at the stock. But overall, guys, I am not too concerned about what we have been seeing today. We are still up from the morning of yesterday, which is good. I don't think that Hcmc is going to go much lower, in my opinion. I think a lot more people bought in, like I said, and of course bought more shares of this stock. I think subsequently we may be sitting at this level for some time. Again, I am not too worried. I still do believe it is relatively cheap for what it is, and hopefully will start to go back up pretty soon. And of course, at that point, now could be a fantastic buy-in opportunity. But please do be aware of the risk that comes with Hcmc. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but of course it means that you can lose money if the share goes up or down by a small amount. So of course, please do remember that when investing in Hcmc. But honestly, I do think it does have that potential long term. I think now we are hopefully going to see it level out at this level and hopefully start climbing going forwards into the future. So of course, I am holding my shares long term in the next 2 to 3 years, seeing where this one goes. I think in that time period we could hopefully get some very decent gains, but we will just have to see. Anyway guys, that's my personal opinion. Please tell me what you think to Hcmc down in the comment section. I would love to hear what you have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye until then.